it's Aimi Jayne Donnelly again, and today I'm going to be showing you tips on how to take arty farty kind of pictures, again all in the comfort of your own home. Right, so what I'm going to discuss firstly is an image that I took of my friend who was happy to model for me, and basically it was almost a recreation of a Man Ray photograph. If you don't know Man Ray, he is an artist and photographer way back when, Salvador Dali and surrealism, so I'm kind of like things like that. But basically he would make an ordinary object not ordinary anymore, but he would also use mirrors for reflection. So with my friend, the image that I'll be showing is basically, looks like it's in a studio, but it's actually in her home. We just used a yellow background, so bigger pieces of paper than this, and she's just sat on the floor and she was able to rest the mirror on her lap, and then she did some beautiful poses that therefore created a surrealism in the image. So with that, go crazy, find these objects, and maybe if you can lie a mirror on the floor, you can put objects on there, take pictures. It just makes it really cool and surreal, and again, it's something a little bit different from just a standard photograph. Right, so next tip is basically on the lines of a portrait again. I'm going with this because selfies tend to be really popular, but also this is a selfie where you can make it a whole lot more interesting. So if you have anything like beige walls like I do behind me, that's great. If not, don't worry. Again, anywhere near an open window where the light's coming in is great for natural lighting. Now, I have an example of my friend where I was lucky enough to she let me paint her face. So again, we're just having fun with it, just playing around. So you could do that with your makeup shots or anything like that. But yeah, tend to go for black, beige, white walls or anything like that. Just gives it that more of a professional studio kind of feel. Again, you can find props to add into it, or if you don't have a tripod as well, lean your phone against a bookshelf or a chair and put the phone onto a timer. And also don't be afraid to play with the editing of the picture, so the contrast, the saturation, because sometimes that's a little bit more fun than just clicking a filter, but it's whatever you're most comfortable with. Right, so my next tip is basically finding objects or props to add as a frame into your picture. So for example, say you want to take a picture of your cat or your dog. Normally works best when they're sleeping, and you can just add something like this into your frame. So for example, you could add it so it comes in like this, and it just creates a different story to the picture, a different colour as well, but also a lot of the professionals tend to do stuff like this to add into the frames. I just was in a restaurant and I did this with a little plant pot that was in the middle of the table. I moved it into the frame and then I took a picture of my friend's baby, and it's now added a big bright pink colour into what would have been a little bit more dull. So yeah, that tends to work really well. But you could do it with fairy lights, you can do it with candles, just again add it into the frame about there. Okay, so final tip is basically we're going to go along with the lines of this again. Now, if you do have bigger pieces like that where you won't see any fold, that's amazing. If not, you can always use fabric. You can use bed sheets. I've done that before. It especially works well as well if you have plain ones, because the colours tend to really pop. But also you can use pattern ones too. So the image that I have for you is basically an old curtain, and I've just placed loads of random objects there, but it's really great for still life photography. So also if you want to recreate a painting that was done many moons ago and you make a modern version of that, that'd be really cool, because again you can just create your own little studio. If you're stuck with lighting, put it near your window. If your window isn't as bright as some, then you can just put loads of your lamps and candles around, and you could create a nice moody kind of atmosphere. But yeah. Okay, so they are my tips of the day. Again, thank you for watching, and any tips or extra questions or anything like that, just give me a direct message on my Instagram page, Aimi Jayne Donnelly .photography. And again, YouTube is your friend for any more tips and tricks, but also don't be afraid and just go for it. Just whack objects in and use angles as well. And if your friends won't let you paint their faces, then paint your own, be your own model, because it can be really, really fun. But yeah, thank you so much, and again, take care. Thank you. Bye.